The big focus here at the auto show this year, and especially for GM, is small cars. GM has hired 1,000 engineers just focusing on fuel efficiency. But what we always see is that when gas prices go back down, Americans want cars and they want trucks. So how do you meet them in the middle to sell the cars you need to sell?
Well, that's a great question. But if you look at that, and if you're going to run the company just based on fuel price fluctuation, I guess that's one way to run it. But what we're doing in our company now these days, which is quite different from the way we ran it in the past, where we focused really on trucks, because trucks would have a pretty big contribution margin, and as you indicated, the American market has a lot of need for trucks because a lot of people make their livings with it. All those things. We're not going to stop doing great trucks, but as a full service, 4-brand maker instead of an 8-brand maker, we're going to focus on every car and truck in our lineup around excellence. So we're really trying to just stamp out any mediocrity.
Gas prices above $3. Analysts saying it could top $4 this year. Where are you and other GM executives expecting gas prices to go?
Well, again, I'm not in the gas price forecasting business, but I believe those forecasts are something to be taken very seriously. But at the end of the day, when there's a lot of instability around job security and what people think and feel are good things that are happening, and it's still in a volatile period, I think that the replacement of vehicles with lower operating costs are still going to be something that is very, very important to people, because you can replace things or stay with a car that's older that doesn't have that fuel efficiency and operating costs, and it becomes a personal financial decision as well as still a reflection of who you are when you buy a car. So those two things coupled together, I think, can't help but drive some replacement, and the industry has seen that a little bit here. But also the type of replacements are going to be based on still an emotional, passionate feel about the reflection of the car, of who you are, but also the operating costs in a time that's still very volatile.
2 years ago, it was high gas prices that was part of what led to the downfall of GM, having not as fuel efficient cars and trucks. Now, would high gas prices help GM? You're pushing the Volt, you're pushing electrics, you're pushing smaller vehicles. So could it be the opposite now?
Well, I think so. And independent of gas prices, we have a regulatory environment that we're moving towards. The whole industry is towards 2016. So whether you believe that gas prices are going to be $4 or whatever by the year's end, it sort of really doesn't matter, because I think people really fundamentally have shifted to wanting to feel really good about the cars they're driving, the environment, the energy usage, the deleveraging of the United States from foreign oil. Those are all really important things, and I think people really have that foundational change in place.